The Chicago Nine also want us to believe that they are not responsible for the economic destruction wrought on this state under their regime and their policies, but they are. And now the Chicago Nine want us to believe that Illinois is broken and that the solution is to elevate one of their own. But Illinois isn't broken, it's fixed. Let me provide some specific examples of how and why Illinois is fixed. The Chicago Public Schools is one of the biggest taxpayer-funded systems in the country, in the state. You might think CPS is supposed to provide a quality education for children and to prepare them to be successful adults. Yet only half of CPS freshmen will ever graduate high school, and only 6 in 100 will get a bachelor's degree by the time they're 25. 6 in 100 will get a BA in a system responsible for educating 400,000 children. That is worse than unacceptable. In my view, that is child abuse. A college degree is increasingly the difference between the haves and have-nots in our society. As we know, a college graduate will earn more than twice as much as over their lifetime as someone with only a high school diploma. And in our digital age, that gap is widening. The teachers' unions and CPS apologists will tell you that the problem is lack of funding. But CPS spends more than $22,000 per high school graduate per year. That's more than twice the state average, and it's actually more than New Trier High School in Winnetka, who spends $18,000 per year but graduates 99% of their students. What the teachers' unions and CPS will not tell you is that the system is not designed to provide a quality education. It is designed to use state income tax dollars to provide job security and guaranteed pensions for CPS employees who in turn vote to keep the established politicians in office. That's the purpose of the system. CPS is not designed for its students, but for the convenience and benefit of the adults. And it's not just about money. We have known for decades that children best learn foreign languages in the primary grades. And guess where CPS teaches foreign languages? Mostly in high school. Why? Because that's the way they do it. Why? Because that's the way they've always done it. The CPS school day is a 50-year-old anachronism modeled after a family structure that no longer reflects the realities of these students' lives. So why doesn't CPS consider lengthening the school day to accommodate parents working full-time jobs, especially since that would give students more time to learn? Because CPS is not interested in what works, and CPS is not interested in the quality of education it provides, no matter the evidence or the undeniable realities of the present day. CPS isn't broken, it's fixed. Illinois' Medicaid system, the other big ticket item in state government. When Medicaid was created, it was limited to the state's neediest families. It was not meant to be a growing benefit expanded to buy political support. Yet Illinois will spend at least 25% more on Medicaid next year than it did just 3 years ago. In 10 years, Medicaid will consume half the state's budget, and that is simply unsustainable. One of the 14 charges for which Governor Rod Blagojevich was impeached was that he illegally expanded Medicaid from 200% of the poverty level to 400% of the poverty level, up to household incomes of roughly $85,000. That expansion was illegal. Dan Proft didn't say it was illegal. The General Assembly said so when they voted 59-0 to remove him from office. Blagojevich is gone, but the benefit remains. Why? Because once the political establishment has conferred a benefit, even illegally, and even to a group of folks for whom it was never intended, they would rather bankrupt the state than risk any political capital to set things right. They have created more dependency. To borrow a phrase from de Tocqueville, they have bribed more people with their own money. In short, they have bought more votes. Medicaid isn't broken, it's fixed. The Illinois Toll Highway Authority. You were told by the Illinois Toll Highway Authority that the $720 million investment in open road tolling was supposed to streamline the toll system and save money over the long term. So why, just 3 years later, have the number of employees at the Tollway Authority increased? And why, just 3 years later, has the budget at the Tollway Authority increased by 20%? Because the Chicago Nine are not interested in efficiencies. The Chicago Nine are not interested in the Illinois motorist or the Illinois taxpayer. The Chicago Nine are interested in preserving political loyalty of these employees at any price. The Tollway is not organized to enhance our transportation infrastructure. It is designed to build political patronage armies for the Chicago Nine. The Tollway isn't broken, it's fixed. The Chicago 9 don't deny that CPS is failing its students, that Medicaid obligations threaten to bankrupt Illinois, and that agencies like the Toll Highway Authority have failed to make good on their promises. What they deny is that the system is at fault, that the system is fixed in their favor and against the average Illinoisan.